so in this session we're going to look at converting decimals to fractions. Now let's have a look at this decimal. We've got 0.8. So what does that mean? Well, that means you've got 8 0.1s, haven't you? 1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you were to use counters, you'd have 8 0.1s. So there's 8 tenths, isn't there? Because it's in the tenths column. So if we were to write that out, we would write 8 tenths, because you've got 8 in the tenths column. So there you go, you've converted your first decimal to a fraction. Look at this one, we've got 0.7. So we've got nothing in the ones column, but we've got 7 tenths, because we've got 7 in the tenths column. So this value is in the tenths, so we put a 10 on the bottom. We've got 7 in the tenths column, so we put 7 on the top as in our numerator. So you should have 7 as your numerator, 10 as your denominator, because it's 7 tenths. So we've converted 0.7 into a fraction. 0.27. So we've got nothing in the ones column again. We've got 2 in the tenths column. We've got 2 tenths. And we've got 7 in the hundredths column, if we're to partition it. Because this is really 0.2 and 0.07. If we were to add those two together, we would then get 0.27, because you've got 2 in the tenths column, 7 in the hundredths column. So if we want to write that into our fraction, we look. We've got a 7 in the hundredths column, so we know there needs to be 100 on the bottom. And then we take our value and we put it on top. So it's 27 over 100. Let's have a look at this one. We've got 0.23. So we've got nothing in the ones column. We've got 2 in the tenths column. We've got 3 in the hundredths column. So when we're writing a fraction, we always look what is the lowest value. So we've got a 3 in the hundredths column. So that tells us on the bottom of our fraction we need 100, because we've got a value in the hundredths column. And then we take this value and we write it on top. So to convert 0.23 into a fraction, it would be 23 over 100. So your questions for today is going to be to convert these decimals into fractions. So you've got 0.3, 0.9, 0.23, 0.54, and a challenge 0.639. Have a go at those, and then we'll go through the answers in the next bit. Let's have a look at the first one then. We've got 0.3. So we've got a 3 in the tenths column. So we know there's going to be a 10 on the bottom. Then we take our value and put it on top, so it would be 3 tenths. The next one, we've got a 9 in the tenths column, so again we put our 10 at the bottom and put our value on top, so it would be 9 tenths. The next one, we've got 0.23, we've got a 2 in the tenths column, but we've also got a 3 in the hundredths column. So as that's the lowest, we put 100 on the bottom, and then we take our value and put it on top. So it would be 23 over 100. The next one, 0.54. So we've got a 5 in the tenths column, a 4 in the hundredths column. So we put our 100 on the bottom as our denominator and 54 on the top. And finally, our challenge, you've got a 6 in the tenths column, 3 in the hundredths column, but you've also got a 9 in the thousandths column. So because our 9 is in the thousandths column, we need to put 1,000 on the bottom as our denominator. And then we take our value and we put it on top. So it'd be 639 over 1000.